How's it going, guys? I'm Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This? We are on the...
I always wondered, do you cut that out or do we leave that in?
No, I leave it in. Like, it sort of, it happens at the...
That's the beginning of the song.
No, at the end of the song.
Oh, okay.
We are on the third leg of our alternate history films. And so, Colby, he came up to me, he texted me the movie that we're going to watch this week. And I don't know if this counts as an alternate history film.
I think it's loosely based on fact.
Maybe it's just like, what if, spoiler, Kim Jong-il
Right. He
followed through with the threats.
It's true. Right.
Is that what we could classify this movie as?
Yeah, because originally, like, I was going with, like, great, like, alternate history of great, maybe not, of world leaders.
Yeah.
And so that's why this movie kind of, like, was in my head. And then we kind of went a little bit more into the alternate history side. But yeah, this works.
This counts?
This counts.
And so, I wonder if you guys are wondering what movie we're talking about. We were talking about Team America World Police.
Woo, woo. I don't know why I didn't, when I first saw this, didn't click in my head. Team America World Police. I found that very funny today, and
Well, I mean, it is like
10 years later.
It's from the creators of South Park, Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Yep.
Obviously, they like to use comedy as, like, commentary on everything that they see. And I think this movie came out in 2004, I believe.
Yes.
And so, during that time, like, obviously, there's still, like, this aftermath of what happened at 9/11. And, you know, it's like a whole satire on how America was acting after that.
Right.
Which, I mean, yeah, to an extent, it was justified. But yeah, let's not get into it. And so,
it was a long time ago.
Well, yeah, 15 years, right?
Yeah, because I was watching that, and I was like, there's a lot of parts in this that are...
you can't say anymore.
that would now be considered offensive.
Well, definitely a lot of SJWs or social justice warriors would totally not be cool with this film.
Right.
I mean, just like their South Park debut movie, the bigger, longer, and uncut.
Oh,
Same thing.
That movie, genius.
Yeah, did you? Well, it's really hard for me to like talk about the cast. It's pretty much a lot of the voice actors from South Park.
Yeah, that's pretty much
what it is, right? And if you guys haven't seen this film, it is full marionette puppeteering.
Right.
Is that what you would call it?
That's what it is. Yep.
And this movie, I think it's really impressive that they're able to make an hour and a half long film.
Yes.
Of marionette puppeteering. Not like stop motion, because stop motion would require much, much more work.
Yeah, there's like facial expressions and stuff. Like they've got a little plastic face and their mouths move. It's not really like Nutcracker kind of marionette mouth moving.
It is pretty good animatronics for the face.
Yeah, but body wise, definitely just a puppet on a string.
Oh man, so like what I really love. All right, well actually we'll get into the plot of the film and then we could talk about the film after that. Kobe, did you want to go and start it off?
Yeah, so it starts off where we are in France, and you, a mother and a little son, and they start to see. We're going like deep. Or
no, we can just go like sort of. Okay, we can just do the plot. Yeah. Or do you want me to do it? It's okay.
I don't know. I guess you'd do it. I'll make dumb jokes while you do the hard stuff.
Okay, so we start off the film with a little puppet show. It pans out to actually a greater puppet show, which is actually the set of the whole film. It's the opening scene is in Paris. There's a little child running around, bumps into a Taliban looking person who obviously is just Osama bin Laden.
Yes.
And you get this really deep, intense stare, and then the French kid is just slack jawed, like, oh my god. and so as a mother is trying to look for her son, she finally finds her son, but she notices that these Taliban or these terrorist looking people are exchanging some sort of briefcase
with a blinking red light. So you know that's bad.
Yeah. And at that moment, Team America comes in, guns a-blazing, like it was in a helicopter, an airplane, a Humvee.
Right, every kind of vehicle.
And they just come in, guns blazing, shooting everything up. And it's their disregard for public safety.
Right, and they just, destroying monuments.
Well, okay, so to capture, like, I think it was like 4 guys, they're just blowing things. They're like shooting the whole street up, and then one of the main terrorist-looking guy, the one with the suitcase, he's running away.
Right.
And so the captain of Team America is like, "Don't worry, I got him," and tries to shoot him with the rocket launcher, which is, I feel like, excessive, but he totally misses and hits one of the legs of the
Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower, which falls onto another monument, which is like the arches.
Oh, yep.
In Paris. And he still gets away, and then he sneaks into the Louvre, and the ground unit is like, "Sarah, he's in the Louvre," and she sends a rocket blowing up the entire...
yeah. And not just a little explosion, it blows
the entire building up. And after that happens, they touch base on the ground, and they're like, "Don't worry, guys, you're safe now." The entire, so Paris destroyed, probably worse than the bomb that person
much
had.
Worse, yeah. And it's fun because they don't, never in here in the movie do they ever call it a bomb. It's always a WMD, because back in that time, they were sure that the terrorists were hiding weapons of mass destruction, and that was kind of like our whole thing, was we were gonna go into Iran and Iraq and find their weapons of mass destruction. Yeah. But they just call them WMDs, like the whole movie.
Well, it makes sense. You never know. It could be like codes.
Right.
It doesn't always have to be a bomb, but in the film, it's always portrayed as a briefcase with a blinking light.
Yeah, always a briefcase.
After that, we cut out to a really impressive model of New York.
Well, first you kind of get a little bit of character development, because you start to meet the people after they've blown everything up. You meet the girl who is has a little bit of psychic ability. You meet the girl who's in love with she's dating one of the teammates. One of the teammates.
You get the martial artist.
Yep.
And you get the captain of the squad.
Yeah.
And so as they're celebrating their triumph over these terrorists, one of the guys in Team America proposes to Lisa.
Yes. Yeah.
Lisa is the psychologist of the team, which I don't know. And as she's about to say yes, one of the terrorists that was shot into the fountain pops up, shoots him. And they shoot back. They kill the guy back, but then
way overkill him. But yeah,
well, everything this entire team does is way overkill.
What?
But yeah, as he's dying, he just tells Sarah like, "Fine, so bad. Sorry, babe. Looks like I won't make this one. Find somebody else.
This was a one-way trip."
So they definitely hit a lot of these tropes from action films.
Oh yeah,
it's hilarious. But yeah, that's when we cut out to this really cool model of New York. they're looking at a theater production of Lise.
Lise, yes. And,
if you don't know,
you go into their hit song of "Everyone's Got AIDS."
So if you guys don't know, Lise is just like a little goof on the Broadway musical Rent.
Right. Where a couple people get AIDS, but here it's everyone.
Everybody, his brother,
mom, his brother, the Pope.
And this is where we finally delve into the main character of the entire film. Gary Johnston.
Yeah.
So he's performing. He's an actor. But we see this one character in the crowd enjoying the playboy for different reasons. He has a file on him, and so after that he goes backstage and he's all like, "You're Gary Johnston."
And the guy definitely has a very like CSI kind of voice. Like it's like the old How to Catch a Criminal. That guy.
Yeah. But he goes with Gary's whole backstory on how he's a double major on foreign languages and acting.
Right.
And he's like, I have a role for you, blah, 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 blah. Not a role, but then sort of like, I have a job for you. Maybe you'll be interested. They go to the back, and there's like this Lamborghini limo. Which is ridiculous. And then before he gets in, he's like, "Oh, I know what you want. You want me to get in there so you can put a finger in me." And he's like, "No, I just want to show you something." He's like, "I bet you want to show me something." But he reluctantly finally gets into the car. And as soon as he gets into the car, he goes, "Now suck my cock." Obviously, he's just kidding.
Right, yeah.
But as they're driving through New York, he's trying to explain that he's a part of an organization, Team America, World Police. And then all of a sudden, the Lamborghini limousine becomes a Lamborghini jet.
Right, because they have the Vorpalmorph or something is the button that they push. And it's a term that's used every time something transforms in this movie.
Well, that's the term they use to transform him into a terrorist.
Yeah.
And in the matter of 30 minutes, they fly from New York to Mount Rushmore.
Right.
Which I believe is in one of the Dakotas.
It is South Dakota?
South Dakota, there you go. Never gonna go.
And they fly into the mouth of
George Washington.
Because
the secret base is Mount Rushmore.
It is Mount Rushmore.
But this is where he gets introduced to the team. He explains to Gary that they have intelligence, which is the name of their computer.
Yes.
Or computer artificial intelligence. And intelligence is an acronym for something, but they never explain what the acronym is.
Right.
I was like, that has to be the longest acronym ever. Never talk about it, not once. But he's getting introduced.
And the computer talks like Hal from 2001, but a little bit special needsy.
Oh no, I kept thinking it sounded like Hal, but like a stoner.
Hey,
oh, sorry, bro. But as he's getting introduced to the team, he gets introduced to Sarah, who is the empath.
Right.
I think his name's Connor. I believe the captain, little football Nebraska kid.
Yep.
The martial arts expert, who is totally not liking this guy. He's like, "Oh, he's a replacement. Just stay the fuck away from me."
Hates him right off.
Hates it. And then he gets introduced to Lisa, who you can tell by like the way they do facial expressions with these puppets is like they have like a little bit of eyebrow muscle.
Yeah.
The eyes open just a little bit, and then the mouth. Nothing else ever really moves.
Right, but it's pretty good at expressing.
All you need is the eyes. The eyes are the windows to the soul.
Yep. Which
is the weakness of a man. That and the neck. But as he's explaining, he's like, "Hey, we need you to infiltrate this terrorist group. We need an actor. to get all the intel for all the
WMDs. Yep.
And he's all like, and so what are you gonna do, Gary? You're gonna let freedom be jeopardized? Well, if you are, the door's right there.
And he's like, okay, bye. And walks out. Just.
I mean, if you think about it, that's a lot of responsibility for a guy who just went to school for acting.
Yeah.
Also, just weird that he took a foreign languages. But for some reason, I guess that it just encompasses the entire all the languages.
Right.
Funny little side note tangent. All the languages that is not English in this movie is just. But as he's trying to leave into the the Lamborghini jet.
Yes.
Lisa catches him outside, tells him that pretty much the Spider-Man spiel, where he's like, with great power comes great responsibility.
Right. Yeah, you are the greatest actor in the world, so this falls on your shoulders, and
it's on you.
Right. And if he doesn't do this, then his freedom's going to be in jeopardy as well.
But like, there's like a really long pause when he tries to be like, when she tries to go, it's all in here. And they slowly raise her finger to point to the heart.
But they just can't quite make it point like...
Which is really weird because later on there's a very graphic sex scene.
But it's funny because it's hilarious because it's like they're having trouble getting the puppet to work on the strings. But instead of then just taking a better clean cut of it, they're just like, keep the camera rolling.
And so he gets into the Lamborghini jet, and then he tells the driver, I forgot what the driver's name is. I forgot a lot of the character's name is. But he's like, oh, let's take a little side trip. And he goes to Washington, D.C., which is really great because in this scene, so far everything in this movie has been actual like models.
Right.
But it looks like Trey Stone and Matt Parker just took the doll to all the monuments.
Yep. And there's this great song that plays in the background.
Was it Freedom's Not Free or something?
Yep.
And one of my favorite lyrics is all like, freedom's not free, it's a heavy fucking price. Oh my god. A lot of the songs in this...
Freedom costs $1.05.
That's the last lyric, isn't it? But yeah, so then he decides to go back to Team America, and he's like, I'll do it. Fine. And so they start to prep him because they've got information that there's going to be a little deal going down.
Right.
Where
because intelligence told them.
Intelligence told them. But before that, there's actually a scene of a Taliban, like terrorist looking guy, going to North Korea.
Right.
And he's picking up weapons. And this is where you first meet the main antagonist of the film, Kim Jong-il.
Yep.
His translator tells the terrorist tells the translator, oh, I'm not ready to pick up all the weapons yet because I don't have a team.
Because all my team just got killed by Team America.
Yeah. And then the translator translates, oh, I guess my translator doesn't know how to translate well, and shoots him in the... And then it's pretty much just Cartman, the voice of Cartman with Kim Jong-il.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't give a fuck. Take the weapons. Do what I say. And so that's when Gary comes back to the team. They get the intel on the deal going down, and they prep Gary to become a terrorist.
Right.
Because Sarah is really good at surgery also. Not only is she an empath, but she is also a plastic surgeon.
Yes.
I just feel like that's a lot of commitment. They couldn't just do a Mission Impossible.
and when they're done with the surgery, it looks like they just put him in blackface and then just glued a bunch of
pubes.
Like in clumps. It's not a beard, it's not a mustache. It's just like one giant eyebrow and some on the side of his nose, and
it just looked like it didn't all of his hair didn't come in correctly. It's like in patches.
Yeah.
And so they drop Gary off in Cairo. They're in Cairo.
Right.
And
they very subtly come in, like, in the helicopter, right into the middle of Cairo, come down, smash, like, a cart selling stuff, all walk out of the helicopter carrying guns, and then they're like, Gary, down at the end of the street, go.
Well, this movie is not heavily based on the realism factor. But, yeah, they all scatter about the actual bar. Gary goes in, he gets taken to the back, and the main boss in that whole area is all like, how do I know I can trust you with these infidels and blah, blah, blah. And he goes off onto this tangent of what's it called, like, oh, my family lived in a farm and the infidels rained hellfire.
Right, and I could smell my sheep burning or my goats burning, and I could, in the back of my head, I could hear my goats calling to me.
And he's like, "Oh my God, I like you." And so as everything is going down, they actually Sarah and Lisa are talking outside. Sarah tells Lisa like, "Oh, I think I'm falling for Gary."
Yep.
Because he's an actor. He probably exudes all this like charisma.
He's a hottie.
And the captain of Team America is trying to say like, he's like talking to the martial artist, saying that, "Oh man, I like Sarah so much." And the martial artist guy's like, "Just tell her, man." And
he's like, I can't. She's not gonna like a guy like me. I don't have any money. I don't have any fame. I just want to take her under the Alabama sky and Nebraska sky.
Yeah. But they end up, what's it called? The terrorists end up fleeing through the back because they notice the infidels outside.
Yep.
And so as they're going through the front, Sarah goes into the bar and she's like, "Gary," and everyone's shooting at her, and she just like wipes out this entire bar
with a minigun. And then really casually like, "Gary."
What's it called? The captain of Team America and the martial artist, they go on pursuit, and at this time, Gary is on the Jeep with them, trying to like flail around because that was supposed to be their code.
It's just wiggle the strings on the puppet.
But then like they mistake it. He's all like, "Kiss me." Oh, God damn it. I think this is the first time I hear a cuck fag. But yeah, so they're in pursuit. They're in pursuit. They're shooting. They're throwing missiles at them. It's hitting landmarks,
right?
Like the pyramids, the Sphinx, everything. Lisa is on pursuit because she notices that Gary is on the actual truck.
Right.
And then we get into this really intense game of chicken. And so, as the terrorists are going towards the Humvee, Lisa, she does
with her motorcycle.
With her motorcycle, she has the voltomizer.
Yes.
Does like a jump over the Jeep, grabs Gary into the motorcycle, and then the Jeep. It drops down a little ramp from the Humvee and then explodes the Sphinx. This is where the Sphinx...
shoots the truck into the Sphinx and it blows up.
And again, they are successful with apprehending the WMDs.
Right.
Can't argue with results.
Exactly. 100% on plan.
But, who could argue with results? Fag.
The Film Actors Guild.
Headed by
the great actor,
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
apparently the government or like the world is outraged because of all the landmarks that Team America has destroyed in their missions.
Right.
And for some reason, the Film Actors Guild has a heavy word, like has a, what's it called?
Well, because they're famous, and what they said is they can read newspapers, and then they can recite the lines like they're their own, and like, everybody will believe them because they're famous.
But Team America is not watching this. They don't really care. They're just having a party.
Yep.
Everyone's excited.
Well, because at this point now they feel like they've stopped the two terrorist cells, and so that it's going to take terrorists years to regroup to get back to doing terror, and so it's party time.
It's party. And Sarah, like what's it called? The leader of Team America, he's asking Sarah like to dance. They're hanging out, but Gary's outside, on top of like one of the heads of Mount Rushmore. And Lisa comes out. This is where we get the tragic backstory of Gary, where his acting actually got his brother killed.
Right.
Because as he was practicing acting on a rail for some reason, he falls in. His brother goes to jump in for him, as a good older brother does. At the zoo. But he forgets that he has berries in his pocket for some reason. And then he explains that the gorillas tossed his brother around like a rag doll trying to get to the berries.
Yes.
Lisa tries to calm him down, saying that your acting just saved millions of lives, possibly. And
he's like, Can I finally look past my acting killing my brother?
Yeah. Because
my acting saved people.
and after that, there's like this sort of weird sexual tension going on between them. He goes in for the kiss, but she says no because her ex-boyfriend passed away just pretty recently.
Just recently, yeah.
And then she says, "I don't know, Gary. Maybe if you could we can't. If you could promise me that you won't die, I'd sleep with you right now." And then the facial expression is like the greatest thing because his eyebrows lift up and he turns around and he's like, "I won't die." Which is every thing that it's a move that every guy has probably done once.
It's just exaggerated to the point of ridiculousness, but yes.
Well, in normal everyday life, it's "I love you."
right.
But then we get into this very extremely graphic sex scene.
Yes. Yeah.
Which, for some reason, earlier in the movie, they could not make this other doll touch the other doll in the chest. But in this scene, we have dolls giving blowjobs, doggy style.
And there is there's a uncut version of this movie with an additional 3 minutes of this sex scene that had to get cut because they got threatened to get an X rating because puppet sex with Barbie smoothness.
It is way too graphic, Colby. It is borderline pornography?
It's considered too graphic, yes.
I mean, they were doing some pretty advanced moves. There's the 69.
Right.
He was eating her out on the desk. I really am surprised that there was just no splooge.
I think that is part of the
3 minutes that got cut out.
Yeah. I think there's a little scat in that as well.
Oh,
in the cutscene.
No, there can't be, is there?
I believe that there is.
Oh man! But after they spend the night together, this is when they finally turn on the news. The Film Actors Guild is berating Team America, saying that because prior to that Panama,
right, the Panama Canal,
it gets bombed and it's pretty devastating actually.
Right, and that is That is also weirdly graphic.
That is probably the most realistic like depiction of like a terrorist act would be.
Yeah.
Because the Panama Canal gives way, it drowns the entire city, hundreds of thousands of people dead.
Right.
And the news is saying that it is in retaliation for what the Team America had done in Cairo.
Right.
And so now Gary has, the news does say whoever in Team America, now all those blood is in your hands. Gary's looking at his hands freaking the fuck out because he had just finally got over his acting killing his brother.
And now he feels like his acting has killed 1 million people.
He freaks out. He decides to leave the team, even though they're trying to regroup and try to find the head of the terrorist organization, because now they realize
that it's not just the Middle East,
the Taliban or whatever. Now they realize there's somebody greater than them that's controlling all the puppets or the string. But Gary can't handle it. He leaves the team because now there's just too much blood on his hands. And there's a whole unraveling of the team because then Sarah finds out that Lisa slept with Gary because last night she's like, because she says, "Oh, you promised me last night that you wouldn't leave." Gary goes, "I promised you I wouldn't die." Another staple in jerk moves that guys do. I think one of the explanations in real life is like, "I love you at this moment." It's a very fine print type of saying. What's it called? The captain of Team America finds out that Sarah likes Gary.
Right, and he liked her, so yeah.
And then the martial arts guy just still hates Gary.
Right, he's like, "Fine, you stupid actor.
Get out of here, you cut fag." I apologize for all of the use of the word.
There's a bit of swear in this movie.
So. I really can't do this episode without saying these things.
Right.
But they decide to still roll out because they still have a job to do.
Yes.
But this is the saddest depiction of their theme song.
Right.
Or before it was America, fuck yeah.
Which is like the most motivational, like
patriotic song.
America, patriot. I'm surprised like Trump didn't have that playing at
at his rallies. America, fuck yeah. But when they go out this time, it's actually a very somber America, fuck yeah. So you could tell with the somber tone of their theme song that this is a team that is discombobulated. It is like when the Avengers first came together, they weren't doing anything.
Right.
But they're flying out to, I believe, the Middle East to try to get some clues to find out who's actually supplying them. And this is where they get bombarded by Middle Eastern Taliban terrorists and North Koreans.
At the same time.
The
Korean subs and then the Taliban planes. Yep.
And so they get into this huge dogfight that's going on in the air. And they're actually doing pretty well. But at this time, they have no teamwork. Sarah's like, "Shut up, Lisa." Or like very passive-aggressive type of like compliment. It's comments that you would get in an office job.
Yeah.
Amanda would wear that today.
Yeah, like I'm gonna say something bad, but it's got to be in a way that you can't go to HR about it.
That HR is a bitch. But at some point during the dogfight, they do get dismantled because they're just overwhelmed by.
And during the dogfight, there is a rally of the fags,
a protest.
Film Actors Guild outside Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, because they know that's where they're based, which is not a good secret base, I guess.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
But a part of the people that's protesting them is what's his name? Michael
Moore.
Michael Moore, who has done all these documentaries.
Right. The
what is he?
The Columbine one
and 9/11, I think, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of these political type of documentaries. He actually sneaks his way into the base and blows himself up. But before he does that, Bosworth goes, "Holy titty fucking!" And this is where the team gets discombobulated because intelligence is down. Now they don't have a navigation system. For some reason, their comm links are down because I guess it's just all tied into one system, which is never the right thing to do.
Right.
But yeah, this is where they get dismantled. They all get shot down, and Kim Jong-il is like, "Oh, I need you to collect them and bring them here." I can't do the voice. It's so weird. So they do get captured by North Korea, and during this time, North Korea is assembling a peace conference to be held in North Korea with all the leaders of the world and the film actors killed to be the keynote speaker.
And I think this is also the part where Kim Jong-il sings his song about himself.
I'm so sorry.
About how smart he is, and nobody else is as smart as him, and so it's just he just doesn't have anybody to.
I'm so sorry. It is one of the best songs that they've done before, It kind of just reminds me of the song from their South Park movie when Satan sings about being in love.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like Matt Trey or Trey Parker and Matt Stone always have to have like a bad guy singing monologue type of deal.
Right.
But during this time, yes. So they're preparing for this whole conference. Team America is getting tortured. And, Kim Jong-il is like, "Nobody's coming for you, Team America." Bosworth is presumed dead.
They've now recruited some of the Film Actors Guild to be like guards at the Korean prison.
They're supposed to just be keynote speakers, but when they finally get there the night of the conference, for some reason, Tim Robbins and Martin Sheen are watching. Weird. But before that, the actual conference, Gary sort of he goes through this weird getting drunk, throwing up an excessive amount.
It's a weird scene because he starts to throw up and it's gross, but it's funny, and then he throws up and it's like, okay, that is too much. I'm disgusted. Why the hell are they still going on with this joke? And then it goes on for so long that it becomes funny again.
See, sometimes you just gotta ride out a joke. Ride it out for as long as until it becomes funny again. But at some point, he decides he has to go back, right?
Right. Because the weird homeless guy gives him the drunk speech about how some people are dicks and some people are pussies and some people are assholes.
The famous, the one of the key speeches of the film. So he decides to go back to Mount Rushmore. He finds out that it's been blown up to bits. He goes in and he's about to get shot by Bosworth because Bosworth's, "Get out of here, you goddamn protester, before I shoot your balls away." Bosworth's like, "What are you doing here, you fucking quitter?" And he's like, "Oh my god, what happened? What happened to the team?" He finds out, and then he wants to go save them.
Right.
And then Bosworth goes,
he's like, "Yeah, I can't let you, take a jet because you're a quitter."
And so he's like, "Remember, Gary, remember the first time I met you? You thought I wanted you to suck my cock. Well, now to prove that you're all in, I need you to suck my cock." And Gary's face is just like, "Oh, are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm serious, goddammit." And so he pulls down his pants and he's like, "Hold on, let me make sure there's nobody here."
They're like in a
in a
burned
blow
out. Yeah.
And then you see Gary go down, and then he's just like, "God damn it, you are committed." And then he tells Gary, he's like, "I'm gonna turn you into a full-fledged soldier." And so overnight, he trains him on weight training,
Right.
endurance training,
Yes.
combat training,
Yep.
and weapon training.
Yes.
All in the span of 24 hours.
And while they play the famous Montage song.
Oh, Montage! But yeah, so he finally ends up getting to, so the conference, the peace conference in North Korea is finally happening. Everybody's getting ready. Team America's still getting tortured. Lisa has been brought up because as Kim Jong-il's little concubine-looking dress, because prior to that she says, "Oh, you're just so lonely, aren't you? You're a lonely, sad man." And so he tells Lisa, "I'm gonna let you watch as I blow up the entire world, and then every world is a third world country."
Yes, and that's when the plan comes out, is that they've got all the world leaders here, and so he can drop a bomb in every country, and the countries will just go to ruin because their leaders are not there to give them guidance, and they'll just turn into animals. And
well, but the thing is, there's a chain of command, so when the leader isn't there, there's a second.
What? Nope. They didn't say that, so it's not real.
But we cut to Gary. He's in some Jedi clothes for some reason, and he does the Jedi mind tricks. He's all like, "I am with the Film Actors Guild." He's like, "Oh, I believe in him." So he easily makes it past the door guards.
There's a number of subtle Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Like little.
Well, there's that. There's Matrix in here.
Right.
There's a ton. Yeah, this movie has a little bit of everything sprinkled onto it.
Yeah. Because
it is a garbage film. It is a film that could not come out this year.
Yes. The Film Actors Guild Award would actually protest it if it came out now.
Well, would it be SAG? It would just be SAG, right? Yeah. That's the Screen Actors Guild or something, right? That's the real thing.
Yes.
But as soon as he makes it in, one of the guards from the top is like, "Hey, who are you? Where are your credentials?" And he goes, "These are my credentials." And
he starts
he starts shooting everybody. Yeah, he flips off the cape. Super awesome scene. If you don't recognize the scene, it's pretty much Matrix.
Oh yeah,
first one. And then he runs into the base, the prison camp, because for some reason he already knows the layout of Kim Jong-il's private fortress.
Apparently, intelligence told him.
Right. And then he goes, "Oh my God, Mr. Robbins, Mr. Sheen, there's an intruder." And for some reason, they're responsible for keeping this intruder out. And then finally, you see that they're using Mission Impossible technology because he rips out the face.
Yeah.
And then the martial arts, "What are you doing here, cutfag?" Good. And he tries to tell everybody like, "Oh, I'm back in the team." And then he gives them the watches with Bosworth. This is where they find out Bosworth is still alive.
Right, because they all thought he was dead.
Yeah. And then Bosworth goes, "Don't worry, he sucked my cock." And then the captain's like, "Oh, I guess he is back in the team." Oh man. And so this is where the Film Actors Guild have notified Alec Baldwin that Team America has escaped, and he has dispatched Samuel L. Jackson, Helen Hunt,
yep,
Matt Damon, Tim Robbins,
Janine Garofalo,
Samuel L. Jackson, to protect them from coming onto the stage.
Yeah.
We get into this hallway shootout.
Because they've all been in action movies, so they can fight.
Has Helen Hunt been in an action film?
She picked up a sword and said that.
That was really, yeah. See, I'm trying to think of like the film, but I for the life of me, I really can't. But yeah, they do get into a hallway fight or hallway shootout. Tim Robbins and I forgot who was behind him. Matt Damon. I think they get blown up.
And I love that all the screen actors all are literate and seem intelligent, but Matt Damon, every time they show him, he says, "I'm Matt Damon."
I don't know why. For the life of me, I was trying to think about why Matt Parker and Trey Stone, do they hate Matt Damon or something?
Apparently,
I know, right? I thought at least they could have given him the Boston accent because that's where they're from, right?
Right. Yeah, that could have been definitely.
Where was Ben Affleck? During this time, they were sort of like a pair.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, not in there. But yeah,
they do the Ben Affleck's a horrible actor song in the background.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't know. Remember that. But yeah, so they actually get split up. Sarah tells the cat that she doesn't want to be paired with Gary. She wants to stay with him. Yeah. Because during the torture scene, she finds out that he's in love with her, and so they split up. They're chasing, I forgot who, Samuel L. Jackson and I believe Tim Robbins into one room, which is actually booby trapped with a very ferocious lion.
Now I missed the whole rest of that scene because I laughed so hard. I totally forgot that when I was like rewatching it. And then I was, oh my god.
But Sarah uses her empath powers to turn the tides, and the cats go through the glass and kill Samuel L. Jackson and Tim Robbins.
Right.
Gary and the martial artists find Susan Sarandon. She's tied up in a room.
Oh, yes.
And she's trying to act her way out of it, but then Gary's like, I know my way around acting, and you're fucking acting right now. And then end up throwing
your acting powers are fading with your age.
Is that what he says?
Yeah.
Oh man, so yeah, they throw her off the balcony. She falls to her death, and this is where you finally find out that the martial artist, I believe his name is Scott. It's too late. We are 46 minutes in. I'm not gonna look up his name. He tells Gary, because Gary's like, why the hell do you hate actors so much? And he goes to the backstory. When he was a kid, he goes to see cats.
Right.
And one of the cats molested him.
Yeah, he gets invited to go into the back to actually meet the cats after the show. And
wait, do they all molest him?
Well, they all are very touchy-feely, but then one of the I can't remember the names. Mr. Mistopheles holds him down as one of the other ones rapes him.
She's like, wow. I guess that's why he's so hyper aggressive. But holy shit, do they really have to put in a rape backstory in this film? But him and Gary finally become cool.
Right.
Like they're finally chill with each other. And so they go to the main stage. This is where everybody's sort of
like all the world leaders.
All the world leaders are there. Alec Baldwin is delivering his keynote speech.
Yep.
But then everybody hangs back as Gary storms the stage. And then he goes into one of the greatest speeches ever in movie history.
Right. And he's super nervous because in his mind, Alec Baldwin is his hero and the greatest actor who ever lived. And he's like, there's no way I could outact Alec Baldwin. And they're like, no, we've seen you. You can outact. You are better than him.
Which, okay, so, little side note, it's 2004. Was Alec Baldwin still that big in 2004?
Oh, he was big in 2004, yeah.
Really? Oh, man, I just do not remember it. I remember he had a resurgence when he did 30 Rock with Tina Fey. It was
right.
Like their show.
This would have been about that.
No? 30 Rock was, I think, 2009. So I'm pretty sure, I felt like Alec Baldwin had died down for a bit. You know, he wasn't getting, major roles. And then he came back up in 2010 as a comedian. Not comedian, but a comedic actor.
So maybe he kind of did that political thing. Mm-hmm. And, for a while there was that, little surge of what they're making fun of here. Of the actors doing the political thing. And a lot of them kind of got it,
blacklisted?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, so then Gary gets on stage and goes on one of the greatest movie speeches ever about how some people are dicks, how some people are assholes, right? Pussies.
He takes that little bit that the homeless drunk guy gave him, and he turns it into this awesome monologue.
And how Alec Baldwin was an asshole that just shits on everybody. All right, him and Kim Jong-il.
Yeah.
And then the crowd turns to Gary's favor, and Kim Jong-il is yelling at Alec Baldwin to do something, and then just lights him the fuck up from the stage. Everybody's freaking out, and Kim Jong-il is like saying, yo, blah, 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 blah. And this is where Lisa kicks him in the nuts.
Yep.
He falls over onto what I believe
a German
helmet.
Yes, there's a German guy there with a helmet on, and the old German
spike
helmets with the spike, and so he impales himself.
Yeah. Gary makes it on time to the balcony, stops all the WMDs from igniting all over the world.
Right.
Tells all the world leaders, "Hey, go back to your home country. They need you," and then starts making out with his girl.
Yeah.
And after that, the team gathers back up, and then they're like, "We got a fucking job to do, America, fuck yeah!" Freeze frame, just like a 90s and 80s.
But wait, before that, you get a zoom in on Kim Jong-il's face, and a cockroach crawls out of his mouth, runs across the stage, gets in this little tiny spaceship, and takes off. And they're like, "Next time you come back, we'll be ready for you."
I was like, what?
It was just the old Godzilla, where like
was that what it?
All the monsters were controlled by the cockroach people, who looked like humans. Well, yeah, kind of.
That's what it was referencing?
That's totally what I got out of it.
Wait, that's an old Godzilla thing?
Yeah.
Cockroach people?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're the ones that ran the Godzilla theme park.
Well, how far into the Godzilla series was that, though?
Oh, early.
Oh, it was early? I thought it'd be later. It's like, oh, man, we got to come up with more stuff.
It was one of the early ones when Godzilla becomes a good guy.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so yeah, all along, it was a cockroach controlling Kim Jong-il.
Yep.
But yeah, so Team America gathers back up, and after this whole endeavor, they're gonna go back to work. No, you're gonna go on vacation again. But the movie ends there. Boom, done. Greatest puppet movie ever.
And as the credits roll, I always wait to the end of the credits to see if there's any post-credit scene. About halfway through the credits, a song that's not played in the movie starts to play. And it is a song about the cockroach people and on their planet how they're fighting against the bee people, and the bees are destroying them, and that's why they had to impersonate a human and come to Earth to try to take it over so that the cockroaches could live in peace away from the bee people.
Oh man, 2004, Matt Parker and Trey Stone were just so ahead of the time, I'm surprised they didn't have clips, or at least a little storyboard photos.
Right.
Would that have made it better?
It would have made it awesome.
But then the cockroach they had was an actual real cockroach.
It was an actual real cockroach.
But then the one that got into the ship, was that the real one?
That was a real one too.
You know what? They probably had it made go into a path. That way it had to go into the spaceship. Yep. And then after that, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, this whole entire film is all marionettes. A lot of the fight scenes is one of the funniest fight scenes you'll ever see.
Totally. Yes.
Because it just they get prepared. They get into a little fighting stance. But then the moment they get close to each other, it's just two puppets right next to each other, flapping their hands.
Yeah. How you guys all missed Barry's hands as he was flapping.
Because this is visual content code. No. So what was your first impression when you first saw this trailer back in 2004?
So I was always a huge South Park fan, and so I knew that this movie was coming. I had no idea that it was going to be quite what it was. But yeah, and I was excited to see it, man. I know I went and saw it opening weekend.
So when I first saw this, I knew it was just going to be loaded with just obscenities. I want to thank Matt Parker and Trey Stone. Trey. I've been saying it right the whole movie. Trey Parker and Matt Stone. I want to
Yeah.
thank them because they've taught me how to curse. Put these words together.
And you would think, it's marionettes, so you could get the impression that it is a kid's movie. It is definitely not a kid's movie, but I was working at the comic store, and for 3 months after this came out, every 7-year-old came into the store singing the America Forget. Yeah, that song was
hot.
Every kid who wasn't supposed to cuss, as soon as they got away from their parents, were singing that song.
Yeah, because I think I was, what's it called? I was a junior when this came out, so I was like 15, 16. But, yeah. And so I knew it was just going to be, I knew the whole premise of the film was going to be ridiculous. It's just one of those films that you just have to like, I'm going to go in, shut my brain off, laugh at the ridiculousness of it. I think what really took me aback when I actually saw the film was the sexy, the gratuitous sexy.
And if you're an older person, even older than me, Thunderbirds Argo, I think, is like an old...
Oh, it's like an
old show about a top secret organization that was also made all with puppets back in the early 70s. And that was definitely like a kid's show. It was like a Saturday morning kind of HR Puffin stuff kind of.
I actually
like that
remember, I remember that. Because they played that with the A-Team. But yeah, what was your favorite parts of the film, Colby?
When Kim Jong-il's highly trained panthers came out to eat them.
Oh yeah, and like wow, the scene of like them ripping the dolls apart was actually like lated, or like they actually had flesh.
Right.
And, like,
it was like puppets that had like real chunks of beef, and so it was real. Like house cats, but it was real cats that came out, and so in comparison to size-wise to a little marionette puppet, huge and terrifying.
It is basically a panther.
Yeah, that was hilarious. And the vomit scene, like I said, like it's that stupid, like it's funny and then it's not funny and then it's hilarious.
I think I've told Colby my favorite scene before, but my favorite scene is the one where Gary goes back to the base where it's blown up, and Bosworth asks him to perform fellatio on him, and
I like how we cleaned it up now.
No, but as he asks for it, and he says that he's gonna make sure that nobody's there, the absurdity of that statement because he's in a base where nobody and it's destroyed,
right?
And yeah, this is one of my favorite parts. It's like almost like dry humor.
Oh yeah,
it's a little bit of British humor right there. It's just like it's so ridiculous. It's so I don't know. It's probably one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, and realistically, brilliant soundtrack. I mean, all the songs in it are all done by Trey and Matt as well. But they've got a real talent for almost making a Disney-esque kind of song,
like soundtrack,
but ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like what's it called? Just like when like Weird Al would make parodies of
right.
So I'm pretty sure that they love making like soundtracks.
Yeah.
For all their like their shows, the movie that the South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. There's a couple musicals in there.
Yep.
Yeah, and Book of Mormon.
Right, that's by them as well.
So you can't deny their musical talent. It's just not for everybody. Colby, what would you? We'll go into the rating now, guys. Like I said before, the rating system is used DVD, new DVD, used Blu-ray, new Blu-ray, collector's edition. And so, Kobe, how would you rate the film?
Oh, this film is genius. So I'm like, I forgot how good it was. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I saw it a couple times within the year or two that it came out, and then I haven't really sat down and watched it since then. And it's just, man, it's just so
masterfully done.
So many levels of humor in it. I mean, there's like you said, there's the dry humor, there's subtle humor, there's certainly like just the obnoxious,
raunchy, obnoxious humor.
Man, like I said, I know that there is a extended cut, so I would definitely opt to at least have one where you could see those scenes, even if they weren't put into the movie. I would love to see this as like an ultimate collection with some of the other, maybe like throw in like the South Park movie and throw in like Orgasmo, which is another one of their movies. Something like that. I would definitely pick up some kind of cool ultimate box set like that. But
for their movie collection.
Yeah, no, I would buy this new Blu-ray to get the special features.
I would probably get this used Blu-ray only because I want to see how if it would hold up in like a higher definition, because some movies
I didn't even really think about that,
but this movie's probably going to be loaded with like special features, like behind the scenes, how it's done.
Yeah, there's definitely got to be a making of.
Yeah, so I do want to see their whole process, just because like. Yeah, Matt Stone and Trey Parker, they're so good at what they do. It's really funny. Like a little trivia is that the animation software that they used for South Park, and obviously you've seen a couple of episodes since then, but it's actually the same one that they used for Jurassic Park.
Oh.
Which is insane. Like the production that they put in.
I have no idea what program they were using, but I remember them saying watching a thing where they were talking about when they originally did it, they actually cut out the little pieces, and it was kind of like a little stop motion. When they did their very first Jesus versus Santa Claus, which was their like little mini movie that kind of got them picked up. But they were saying that once they had gotten like an actual computer program, it was an extra challenge to make it look crappy.
Yeah, so I mean, you really gotta like, man, they do have like a lot of dedication, just because like, yeah, just like you said, like they cut out cardboard, and they had to have like different mouth shapes, and then I could just imagine the painstaking effort of having to put like that little tiny mouth shape on that little mouth for every syllable. And all that stuff, but I mean, like, yeah, later on, the show does get better and better, but they still use the same aesthetic of like cardboard paper,
right?
But yeah, I definitely pick up Used because it's just like a funny movie. It's sort of like one of those movies that you could tell like how open the time, not like open, but like how much shit you could get away with back then.
Right. I feel like I like this movie enough that if I owned a big giant house that had like a big movie room and I had like movie posters up on the wall,
it would be up there.
I could definitely see hanging a Team America. not as like my only poster, but if you had like 8 posters, like
it could be one
around the room, I could definitely see this being.
I would give this a frame. Picture frame. I don't know about a whole poster. I actually have one of those. It's just a Star Wars A New Hope in Japanese.
Very cool.
But yeah, it's definitely just one of those like time capsule movies. Like, because if you could tell, like from like back then, PG like movies from the 70s and 80s actually showed boobs.
Right.
So it just sort of shows like how much more censored we've gotten over the years.
Oh, definitely.
Like, if you came out with this movie today, it would be automatically protested by so many groups.
Right.
So many Christian groups, social justice warrior, left-wing groups, the right. I don't know what these groups are. I just know a lot of people will be like, oh my God, this is rotting our children's brains. But it's just, it's really weird how Matt Stone and Trey Parker do their like commentary or their satire on the world as it is right now.
Right, and it's again, it's ridiculous and obnoxious, but it's also so smart. Like it really pinpoints things that are factual and relevant at the time. I mean, like, this is now becoming a little dated.
Oh yeah,
but
but yeah, it is just like sort of an exaggerated form of what was happening during that time.
Right.
You know, obviously America wasn't out there blowing up monuments, but you know, to other countries, they could see America like that.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And you know, the whole film, like actors becoming more socially aware about politics and all that stuff. Of course, in this one, is extremely exaggerated.
Right. Right.
But I think it was during that time where actors had started feeling like a sense of responsibility to, have put their 2 cents in about what's happening in the world because of their fame, their like opinions had more weight to it than normal people,
right.
And because like celebrities sort of they can reach a greater audience than politicians can. Because man, I never seen a CNN. I've never put on CNN. But yeah, we are coming to an end. We are at the hour and 6 minutes mark, so we gotta cut the episode.
Definitely. If you guys have not seen this, it is definitely worth a watch.
But yeah, you need to watch it with an open mind.
With an open mind. Don't watch it with the kids.
Because I have dropped quite a few amount of F-bombs in this episode.
Yep.
But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'm Barry.
I'm Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. Oh my god. Our intro theme song is by Rosevere, Arcade Montage. You can find it on the FMA.com under the music album Music for Podcast 3.
Thank you.